Hi, today I'll be showing a simple a coil pendant with earrings. The work just involves a well-kneaded ball of clay, and I'll convert this into a coil, and we will make a pendant out of that. So I have a ball of clay over here. I would just go on to make a coil out of this. This is probably a little too much clay here. What I've done is I'm just doing it this way, and then we start using our you can use your fingers and then convert this into a coil. The idea is to basically make it into a coil which will ultimately become a pendant. So remember that at this stage coil work is not done with very hard clay. It has to be a little bit a little soft, and generally when it's soft, what happens is at least it avoids a lot of cracks, and you want to make sure that your coil is at least evenly done across, so that there is no difference in the thickness. Once you know that your thickness is appropriate, this thickness is appropriate enough for me, I would just join it. You would just join it in this manner, and ideally this is the shape I'm looking at. So obviously the joining part, you want to make it a little more nice so that it doesn't split open after the firing. So I would just take a little bit of water. It's a really simple basic coil pendant, nothing too complicated. And coils are a great way to practice using this technique. I think we can make pots as well, small pots and even big coil pots. I'm just correcting any kind of superficial cracks that have formed during making. You always want to make sure you get rid of any of those. There you go. Now once that's done, once you're convinced about the shape and the design of it, you can probably keep that aside, and we can start working on the earrings. Now because the earrings have to be, obviously the size of the coil has to be equal. So one way that will help you get equal sizes, I would probably use the Jhumka mold. I'd use size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th one. I'll just measure clay in the same way like I always do. Cut off the excess. That's one. That's another one. I don't want the clay to dry out, which is why I've just put a drop of water. So I've just made it into 2 small balls because this is what I want to convert into a earring, a rough shaped ball ideally. I would just use my my fingers for this purpose of coiling. You can obviously the thickness would vary on how much you want the earrings to be with regard to length or thickness. Once that's done, get to this. The only thing you want to make sure is that it retains the exact same size throughout. I think it's roughly that now. So what I'll do at this stage is just roll it up in this manner, the same way that I did it, and obviously pinch the top part of it. You just want to make sure it's sealed nice and tight. As usual, get rid of any superficial cracks, if any, just the topical ones. Nothing. If it's too deep, obviously don't, because you don't want it to crack and break all the way through. There you go. This one. Again. Somebody had asked me for coil jewelry, and I think that was a great suggestion, because I'm personally working on coils after a very long time. But this is a great way to keep practice going for coil pots, even coil jewelry, as a matter of fact. Now that I have my basic shapes all in place, you can start designing this the way you want. So what I would do is I'll just keep it really simple and basic. I have a pen cap here, and I'll just done this. Take the part of the pen which holds the refill. Just make concentric circles. And then you can use this part of the pen make little holes. There you go. You have something like this. Obviously the similar kind of design. Probably use just a part of the pen for this as well. There you go. You have something like this. That's ready. The one at the base now can be anything. I mean, you want it to be with stick beads, or ghungroo beads, anything that you want to embellish the piece with. I think, like I always say, you may want to maintain a nail's distance between these, and also make sure that the stick does not, the Nichrome wire doesn't really jut out from the other side. I think I'll put one more on. Right, there you go. That's that. And I think maybe the top can use a little something. Again, it's totally up to you, what you want to do with regard to the design. I have a Nichrome pin, and I have a pendant like that. Just a simple coil pendant, so nothing too complicated. Obviously, for the earring as well, you want to make sure that the wire is smartly put in, and not when you make sure you insert the stick beads, you don't want the wire to kind of come out from here. So just be careful about that. And the best thing you can do is just put it in an angle, so it goes and gets in like that, rather than putting it straight. So it solves your problem. You have another one. And if you see, I'm just putting it at about a 45-50 degree angle, so you have no pin that comes out from here. So it's really a simple method of doing it. So you have something like that, and we put a pin. We do another one. These are both Nichrome, obviously all Nichrome wires that have been put in here, and that's it. This is a simple coil work pendant. It's always a good practice to keep up coils. This is probably a little thick on the coil. You can make it a little more thinner if needed. Obviously the earrings can be made in this way, the matching earrings. Obviously this will not be to everyone's taste, but it's a great way to practice. In fact, I could also use a little practice with the coil making, honestly, because that's something that I haven't touched upon in a very long time. So there you go. I really hope you like this video, everyone. If you do, please like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll make the effort to continue and upload more such useful videos. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone.